This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy. Just drop in some details about yourself and see if you're eligible to save money when you bundle your home and auto policies. The process only takes minutes, and it could mean hundreds more in your pocket. Visit Progressive.com after this episode to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
Insurance isn't one size fits all. That's why drivers have enjoyed Progressive's Name Your Price tool for years now. With the Name Your Price tool, you tell them what you want to pay, and they'll show you options that fit your budget. So whether you're picking out your first policy or just looking for something that works better for you and your family, they make it easy to see your options. Visit Progressive.com. Find a rate that works for you with the Name Your Price tool. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Yay Networks.
You're listening to the Chatty Daddies podcast.
Welcome to the Chatty Daddies.
So it is the first week of December. Well, I guess your kid doesn't talk very much,
Nope.
Trey. JC, do your kids, are you already beaten down by the holidays?
Yes.
Are they asking about it like just nonstop?
Yes. Here's the thing. As soon as we pooped out our turkey, they were talking about
As we pooped out our turkey.
Yeah, as soon as
like 4
Thanksgiving
hours
was over.
after.
Yeah, as soon as that Thanksgiving was over, we were putting Christmas trees up and the Christmas lights. And December 1st, the elves showed up.
So Elf on the Shelf arrived at your house.
Yeah.
Okay.
Both of them. We have two.
You have two. Yeah, we just have one right now. And I think I heard we were just going to have one. I think that's what I heard.
Yeah, you need
the
a
big
full
man up
man
north.
coverage.
Big man up north. Well, Big man up north said Kason and Chloe needed a little bit more eyes on them.
Yeah.
They're a little bit more crazy than my kids. So we have one. My daughter named the Elf on the Shelf TikTok.
Cute.
Which is adorable. And it kind of works. I mean, it makes me think I'm on my phone too much. Makes me think, like, what are my kids watching me do? But I'm pretty confident that my daughter doesn't know what TikTok is. I think she's just making sounds go together.
Really? That's too much of a coincidence. She didn't say also, like Dick Doc.
No, but they also name their animals like Ha Ha and Hee Hee and Ta Ta. Like I think just TikTok just kind of rhymes.
It just happened to fall into place to where that's what they named the elf.
But when my kids are like rhyming random words together, they're just making noises and trying to be funny and laughing about it. They will say inappropriate words that they don't know are inappropriate.
Yeah.
And like they've said Dick Talk before.
Sure.
And I don't can't even think of other
which
ones.
Which is my other podcast.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because his name's Richard. And
It's real short. Really short.
So my son has discovered.
It's average.
We'll get back on holiday talk here in a second, but my son discovered that Richard has the nickname Dick.
Right.
The short. And so he said, hey, since my uncle Ricky, who I have tattooed on my arm, and I named Kason Ricardo, that's his middle name. So he goes, my middle name is Richard. And I said, yeah. He goes, and I saw the smirk in his face, like he was contemplating saying this, but also maybe
I'm going to go there.
I'm gonna go there. I'm going to take a shot. And he said, so does that mean, can I go by Kason Dick Chavez?
Yes, you can, son.
And in my head, I'm thinking, well played, dude.
Don't stifle his creativity.
I thought in my head, I was like, well played, man, because I don't know where you got this from, but you got it somewhere, and then you thought about it, and you put it together.
Oh, man, he thought that joke was hilarious.
And as a dude, it's funny to me. But
I wonder
as a dad,
how long he had that joke in his mind before he was like, I'm going to tell Dad.
And
was
dude,
it like a week, a day,
I don't know,
an hour?
Nick, but the way he was staring at me, it was like the OS, like, oh shit. He was like waiting for me to either laugh or just destroy him with a scream of like, what the hell are you saying? So I just looked at him. I'm like, Kason, well played. But unless someone introduces themselves as Dick to you, their name is Richard.
And what a way to honor your beloved uncle.
Yeah. By changing the name.
Your son who you love more in the world.
I'm like, come on, bro.
Oh, boy.
But my kids ask about Christmas nonstop. And months ago, my wife took my son Davis, he just turned 5, to Target. And you can't go anywhere without walking by a toy or something at Target. And so he saw this really big Batman play, something like it's a tower or a car or something.
I'm sure it was awesome.
Oh,
it's awesome.
Is it the robot Batman that has a remote control?
I don't know. Because I really don't remember.
Because I got that for Kason when he was about Davis's age.
Maybe it is. I don't remember. But I just know that like he sees it every week when my wife takes him to Target on Saturday afternoons. What they do, he has to go see it. And he's getting it. But he has been asking about it nonstop. And it's almost to the point where like he knows he's getting it almost.
Right.
But he's just like, okay, I'll play with that after Christmas. I'm going to get that for Christmas. Or something. And it's like, oh man, but it's just constant. So I just can't wait for him to have it and him to start obsessing over a different toy.
And I would like to see what other parents think about this because my wife and I are having a conversation because my son's birthday falls 5 days before Christmas.
That's an awkward time for a birthday.
It really is. It sucks for him. Let's be honest. Because a lot of the times if we do want to have a Christmas party for him, his friends are traveling.
Sure.
Yeah.
Or they're busy with family stuff or people are flying in to see the family. So it's tough for him. And then the presents thing.
Right. I mean, you want to give your kid a couple presents for his birthday.
But I don't want to inundate him with
and then he's going to get a bunch more 5 days later.
You know? And so this year, and he doesn't listen to the podcast, so we're safe. This year we decided we were going to give him the gift of an experience for his birthday. And we start watching Home Alone. That's the movie, the go-to movie before.
I don't know where you're going with this, but
I'm not leaving him Home Alone,
all right.
Trey.
Well, are you taking him? That's Home Alone 2. Never mind. Hang on.
It is Home Alone 2.
Oh boy.
So this year we kicked it off with Home Alone 2.
You're going to go get him to see Donald Trump.
No. They cut him out of the movie, by the way.
I know.
He got cut. Yeah, he's cut out of Home Alone 2.
Like if I go to stream it on Disney Plus,
it's
not
gone.
in. Yeah.
There's no Trump scene in the plaza.
That's a big move.
Because all he did was basically ask him, hey, where's the something?
Yeah, it
wasn't anything crazy. It was a quick scene with Donald Trump. Yeah, they cut him.
Okay,
So they've been watching, and my wife and I had already decided this because for some reason my son has been talking about New York a lot the last year. A lot. Too much, you know? Like
we saw it in a movie or a TV show, maybe?
I don't know exactly where he picked up this whole New York. I don't know if it had maybe like a Spider-Man thing. Or I don't know.
Yeah.
And so he's been talking about it. So we decided, hey, let's take him to New York. You know, let's set up a trip. We'll take him and Chloe to New York. We'll go see all the stuff that he's been talking about this whole time. And then we'll come back for Christmas. Perfect, right? That's an experience.
Totally.
And so I wanted to test out the New York vibe. And I played them Home Alone 2 to kick off the holiday season.
Mm-hmm. What a great movie.
It really is. And I'm sitting there watching the movie with Chloe and Kason. And sure enough, when he lands in New York, both the kids are like, I wish we could go to New York. Dude, in my head, and my heart is like exploding. I'm like, yes, I want to tell you right now.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I just wanted to blurt it out. And so Kinsey and I gave each other a look. We walked in the bedroom. I was like, yo, they're super stoked right now. What should we do? And she goes, let's tell them.
No.
And I said, yeah, let's tell them.
No.
And we're about to turn around and walk out there and just reveal this awesome news. And I stop her and I go, wait a minute. No. If we tell them we are going to New York today, they are going to be bugging us and asking about it and bothering us and for the rest of the month.
Oh, see, I wasn't even thinking about that.
Yeah.
That for the reason that Nick...
that happens. I have separate stories about that exact same thing in a second.
Well, before you do something with a kid, you got to put yourself in their shoes. Whether it's a surprise for them, or where you're going to ground them, or you're going to do, anything you're going to do to your child, put yourself in their shoes to see how you would have responded or reacted when you were a kid. Or at least that's what Kinsey and I try to do. And I realized I was that kid that was impatient, and I bothered my parents to the point where I think they took away things at times.
Yeah,
because I bothered them so much about something. And so I don't want to put my kids into that situation. So we withheld that information. I just don't know when to tell them.
Well, I think so. It's going to be a memorable trip, no matter what, because it's going to be awesome. But don't you want to have the memory of going, hey, we got your bags packed. We're getting in the car and we're going somewhere.
Oh,
and they go, what? And they're like, what? Where are we going? We're going. And then they think they're like going to like see Santa. They think they're going to go to whatever skating rink. I don't know what's cool anymore. But then you show up at the airport. And they're like, what's going on? Like, we're going to New York. And that's going to be a memory that they have in their head forever. ever. And they're going to want to do it with their kids, and they're going to tell it to everybody. That sounds like one of the most magical things you could do.
That's what I'm leaning towards.
That would be
You
dope.
should.
That would be really cool.
And I did. We had a concert for our radio station recently, and my son's a huge Lil Nas X fan. Like he was there, and my son loves that guy. So I got Lil Nas X as he's leaving because he's busy, man. They're pulling him away. I'm like, dude,
They really like. He walked in with like 18 people, and they're like, "We gotta go,
gotta go.
Yeah.
gotta go."
And I go,
hurry
listen.
up.
I was like, listen, dude, my son's a huge fan. I told him during the interview, can you just say, Kaysen, you're going to New York? Like, tell him he's going. I'm surprising him. And he's walking out, and he turns around, and he goes, absolutely. And he turns around, and I luckily had my phone already rolling because he didn't even ask if I was filming. He just does this.
Kaysen, you're going to New York. Yay!
Yeah, Lil Nas. There he goes. He told you, Kaysen. It's a quick video,
That is awesome.
but pretty awesome.
You are making magic for your kids.
Oh man, this is when like having the job that we have is really cool.
Yeah.
It's finally like paying off. It used to pay off for me because we get to meet celebrities all the time and
Right.
everything. And then at some point it becomes almost normalized for us. But now my kids are old enough to be fans of these artists, and I get to do that for them. And dude, I cannot wait to play them that video.
It's pretty awesome. Pretty cool.
So you guys think I should wait till the morning of then?
Right.
I mean, I say maybe combine both things. Surprise them, take them to the airport. Once you get through security or something, you play the video for him at the airport.
Totally.
Yeah.
And you need to be rolling on this the whole time. Like you got to have some, like almost like to the point. Well, you can't get somebody through the security gate, but
Kenzie's going to be on her, probably recording on her
Kinsey
phone.
Can record on her phone.
because it's absolutely incredible. You get them all packed up. You get both Chloe and Kaysen ready to rock, and then they just show up and they have the trip of their lifetime
be
so
really
far.
cool.
Absolutely incredible.
Do you have an idea of like what you're gonna do in New York?
The sites they want to see of course, the Statue of Liberty because they've been learning about that in school.
Sure.
Empire State Building. They've been talking about that a lot. We'll probably go to the Museum of Art because they've been so basically everything that's touristy. We're definitely going to end up at Times Square.
Yeah. Are y'all staying at the Plaza?
We are not. Hell no, man. That was another thing, man. Hotels right now are really expensive. So is flying.
Right.
Hotels are very expensive.
So we
right now.
might be shooting ourselves in the foot because again, this is his birthday present, and he's gonna have to realize
There's not a toy that comes with it.
There's not
anything to unwrap.
You're not unwrapping things.
We're doing the present.
We got you an experience, so I don't want him to be like, well, why is Chloe here then? You know, like, why's my sister coming along? So I hope it doesn't bite him in the butt. But
no, he'll love it.
I think he'll love it.
Now, you know what you're going to need on your flight.
What?
You got to have some kind of distraction. You're going to be wanting to watch
Entertainment?
your shows. You're going to want to listen to music or something.
Kaysen's going to want to listen to Lil Nas X after hearing that,
Oh,
right?
for sure. And you need your Raycon everyday earbuds. I'm telling you guys, when they call them the everyday earbuds, since I got them, I have worn them every single day. They're fantastic.
And this is because you could use them for everything that's going on in your life. If you have audiobooks, if you're doing Zoom meetings still, if you're working from home, you're going to the gym and working out and listening to music, you can do anything you need sound-wise with your Raycons.
Great quality audio. And I have charged them one time. I've had them for like a month and a half. I've charged them one time because the carrying case is also a charger.
It's so awesome.
Yeah, these are going to make a great gift. They're not going to break the bank like a ton of other premium audio headsets are. These are going to be right in the right price for every Christmas list, and you're going to want to get them now so that you can have them in time for Christmas.
Yeah, the holidays are coming up faster than you think, so get it, knock it out, avoid that last-minute shipping scramble, because right now, our listeners of the Chatty Daddies get 15% off site-wide if you use the code HOLIDAY at buyraycon.com/chattydaddies. So go to buyraycon.com/chattydaddies, use the code HOLIDAY, and get that extra 15% off your entire Raycon order. Buy one for the whole family. There's like 5 different colors you can get. Again, that's BUYRAYCON.com/chattydaddies.
Now, I'm a Grinch with a Scrooge moon. Like I have never been a Christmas person.
Sure.
And I have decided this year I am changing my attitude towards Christmas.
Really?
The reason I don't like Christmas very much come from a divorced family, and my most like prevalent memory of Christmas is when the cops showed up to my house on Christmas morning.
What?
Because there was a very large fight at my house between mom and stepdad. So that's like the first thing I think of when I think of Christmas. And then I go, that's my problem. That's not Kara's problem. That's not my son's problem. This is magical for both of them. I'm going to start this year having an awesome time. I'm singing Christmas carols every day.
Okay,
ever since we put up the Christmas tree just after Thanksgiving. We have something planned each weekend.
Good, yeah.
For each
every Christmas party, every holiday function.
We're going to go check out the Christmas lights that they put up at a place called Vitruvian Park. They do all these crazy Christmas lights. We used to live right next to there, and we would do a 5K through there this year. They're not doing it, but Quaid and Kara and me, we're all going to just go walk through there and enjoy it. And I am diving fully into Christmas because I think that I want to be like JC. I want Christmas to be the most magical time of the year. And one of these days, I'm going to do something like what you just did.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
I was the same exact way as you.
Yeah.
Maybe it was a little bit different in my childhood.
Sure.
It wasn't because the cops showed up, but I hated Christmas.
Yeah.
I absolutely hated Christmas, and it had nothing to do with the way my parents acted because they were actually very loving. It was because that was the time of the year where we would have time off of school.
Right.
And everybody would go off and they'd celebrate Christmas and get all their presents and get new clothes. And then when you come back from Christmas break to school, everybody's all showing off their new shoes and their Jordans and their new
backpack,
Vans, new backpacks, new clothes. I'm old enough to new CD Walkman. You know, like the Walkman. Some kids started getting cell phones. And my ass was showing up to school with socks and underwear.
Right.
Every year, that's what my mom was able to afford for me. So to me, it created this almost cringe-like moment where I didn't want Christmas to come because I didn't want to go back to school and see all these kids. And now that with my kids, I don't want them. I didn't want to be a Grinch when it came to that because I found myself like you, Trey, like, I don't want to do this. There's something about kids that change your mind.
Yeah.
Because you can give them the magic. And I absolutely love Christmas time. My wife, on the other hand, hates it now.
Oh,
because it's so much.
Well,
she used to love Christmas as a kid because her parents used to do all these cool things. They had traditions and all that stuff. But now she's a mom. And we don't talk about how much pressure falls on mothers.
Dude,
for sure.
I have done absolutely. I put up Christmas lights around the house for like 3 hours. That was kind of hard, but also I got some peace and quiet, just listen to stuff in my headphones. And Kara's just been working her ass off trying to make Christmas happen.
And look, like I don't know how this happened, but when I got married, all of a sudden my wife just assumed all the Christmas duties.
Yeah.
Like it just happens. She's the one that's buying my cousin's Christmas presents.
I know.
Like that's not her. But like she does it because she knows I'm not going to do it.
I think it's because we subconsciously, and this is a machismo thing probably, we don't like shopping, and we assume that all girls like shopping.
I also assumed that it's a very sexist thing somewhere in my minds where it's like, that's the woman's job.
Oh, no.
Now, I don't want to say that, but like the planning, we put all the planning on the women. Like that just... I feel like that's just something that I've seen my whole life that people's parents do. Like the mom is the one who does it all.
So I try a little bit to break that cycle, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
That's where I wanted to go with.
Yeah, I don't want the cycle to continue, but it just happened.
It just happened. And I'm the same, Nick. I'm the same. And it wasn't until I think last year where I finally told my wife, I said, I finally love Christmas. I love Christmas. This is my favorite time. I love seeing the kids get excited. And she broke the news to me that she hates Christmas.
It's a lot. It is, and it hit me,
man. I was like, oh, that's partially my fault. I'm a husband. I'm part of this family, and I think this is like Trey's breaking the cycle of not liking Christmas and liking Christmas. We got a lot of chatty daddies listening, and I know you're on the same boat as us, and we got them chatty mommies listening as well that are going, "You damn right." We got to step it up a little bit and help our wives because my goal this year is to get my wife back on track to loving Christmas again.
Here's some trouble. Like my wife watched me for like 3 years before we were married. She watched me wait until December 23rd, and then I'd go and take 6 hours to go find all the presents I'm supposed to get for my dad, my stepmom, blah, 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 and so
without probably putting a ton of thought into
zero
it.
thought. I was just like, oh yeah,
to a store with no idea. And
correct.
Like, my brother would like that.
And so she is just taking on the role. Like, okay, I'll grab all the gifts because this guy's going to be a nightmare to deal with on the 23rd. And then she also I don't want to decorate the Christmas tree because she's going to redecorate it guaranteed, right?
Absolutely. Every time.
Because mine's not going to be right. And I don't care. Like, I care. I enjoy it. The way it looks right now is absolutely beautiful. But if I was doing it, like, she would either A, swallow her tongue and not say that it looks like crap, or she would redo it and I would be like, why are you micromanaging?
Sure.
So we just kind of like, take out the problem.
And
I just sit on the couch.
Now the kids are the ones that want to decorate. I don't know if Dave is.
A tiny bit.
They want to, but as they get older, they want to do all of it.
I remember wanting to decorate, put an ornament on the tree for sure.
This year was the year because my kids are 9 and 10, or 8 and 10, and they wanted to decorate the tree, and they did. And even I looked at it, and I was like, "Yo, guys, that is way too clumped over there."
Yeah, we
gotta
spread these out.
And you put one of the good ornaments on the backside of the tree. No. That's a no-no.
Right.
You put the crappy ornaments on the backside of the tree just as filler. You put the good ones up front. And so Kinsey was sitting there. She said, "I gotta fix it." I said, "No, it's gonna break their hearts." They spent like 2.5 hours decorating the tree because they were like thinking. And sure enough, I went to work the next day. The kids went to school, and I came home. And the tree was beautiful.
Yeah, wow.
She fluffed it. She put the ornaments that actually match up there. And I said, "You, the kids are going to be devastated." And she goes, "Yeah, but I don't want the first thing people see when they walk in our house, because it's in the front, to be a disheveled tree that
you
looks."
You want a crummy tree. You
crummy
probably got
tree.
a nice tree, and you don't want it to look bad.
And sure enough, the kids come home. They're upset. "Why'd you do that to our tree?" And they looked at it and they go, "Wait. No, it's actually pretty." Like they even agreed with it, like it was all good. Moms know what they're doing.
I'm caught in this weird in between for how I feel about Christmas and presents. Like, I like Christmas. The time of year is wonderful. What we're celebrating. Love it. It's great. But like, I almost like Thanksgiving more because it's Christmas without the gifts.
That's what brings stress.
Without the pressure,
Right.
and everything. Like, if it's my family, if it's me and my brother, I don't see a point in me spending $30 on a shirt for my brother and him spending $30 on a shirt for me. And when we're asking each other's wives, we tell everyone like 2 gifts that we would want, knowing we're going to get them. So I know what I'm going to get, and I know what I tell my mother-in-law. I know she's going to get me that one thing. So it's like there's no surprise anymore. Right. I just feel like get the kids gifts.
Exactly.
And not the adults.
Idea.
Right?
Idea.
Yeah?
See if you guys got my back on this.
Alrighty.
Every year, as humans, individually, we should all go and create our Christmas registry.
Okay.
Right?
Amazon wish list.
It's like an Amazon wish list. That way your whole family can see a list of 50 things that you're interested in. And they can surprise you with one of those. Now, you don't know which one you're going to get. It's kind of like you do with the baby shower or a wedding. You don't know if you're going to get everything on your registry, but at least you know it's something that you are going to like.
And when someone's looking at the registry, they can see if someone else has bought it.
Yeah, this is Amazon's whole bit.
Yeah, but
nobody's doing it.
Hold on. At the same time, there's gift purists that don't do that. They want to personally pick something up for Trey because they think you would like it.
And that's fine.
That's great.
Yeah, we need those people in the world.
But if you need a jump start on what I would like, then here you go.
But as a crappy gift buyer or someone who gets too stressed out by gifts, I need this. I need everyone to do this.
Yeah.
Because we don't do it. We have some that do it. The wish list, I see those, Trey, but not everyone's doing it.
Yeah.
And I need like my family to do it. I need my wife to do it so that I don't mess up.
My family and I, we were talking about this earlier, Trey, like before we were recording the podcast, how we're just kind of eliminating unnecessary gifts like for adults and stuff. Like my brother and I and my brother-in-law, we're just like trading days to like watch the kids so that the other couple can go somewhere. Like,
I love that.
I don't need to spend $50 on your family. Like, we'll just watch your kids one day. Like, that's something that sounds doable to me. That's a legitimate gift.
Right.
I think.
Now, the holidays are so super stressful. You're going to want to take a deep breath at the end, just exhale, and collapse on the couch whenever you get the Christmas tree all put back up into the garage, the attic, wherever you put it. But there's a way to relieve stress right now, today.
Yeah.
And that's by going to BetterHelp.
The holidays are not all happy times for a lot of people.
Right. No.
There's a lot of stress that comes with it, like we've been talking about. There's a lot of family trauma that comes up. You got to be with people you don't get along with, or Uncle Joe is going to bring something up that happened 20 years ago that you guys are going to be discussing and sitting on for another few months.
Maybe the cop showed up to your house one Christmas when you were 13, and it's been sticking with you till you're 33.
Or all the mamas out that we just talked about it. Like maybe you're not a big fan of Christmas anymore because of the stress that you feel and the anxiety because everything falls on your shoulders and you need somebody to talk to. That's where BetterHelp comes in.
Yeah, BetterHelp is going to assess your needs and match you with your own licensed professional therapist where you can connect in a safe and private online environment. You can get counseling, professional help right from the comfort of your own home. You're not going to have to leave. Christmas is busy. The holidays are busy. If you can take 30 minutes out of your day to connect and vent, you need people to talk to because you don't always want to chew off your partner's ear, because that can create tension too. So talk to someone outside your family and get the help you need.
Convenient, professional, affordable, all of those can be used to describe BetterHelp. We want you to start living a happier life today. So as a listener, you'll get 10% off your first month by visiting our sponsor at betterhelp.com/daddies. Join over 1 million people who have taken charge of their mental health. Again, that's BetterHelp, HELP.com/daddies.
James Vanderbeek.
Okay, yeah.
Would you say you want to take parenting advice from him?
I like Pacey better, but
You like Pacey?
I like him because he was Chance Moxon from
Varsity Blues.
so I don't know that. Does he have kids?
He has like a ton of kids. I think he has like 5 or 6 kids.
Okay.
So I feel like he kind of knows what he's doing.
And be honest, he has like dad eyes.
Does he?
You know what I mean? Like he's just got like
he
I don't know
seems
how to
very
describe it.
paternal.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like very warm and welcoming.
He's got dad eyes.
And so I was scrolling through TikTok, as I do, because apparently I'm addicted to it.
Okay.
And James Vanderbeek's face
Wait, you're
popped
doing
up.
what with your elf?
Huh?
What were you doing with the elf?
No, I was scrolling through TikTok,
gotcha.
the app, and James Vanderbeek pops up, and he's talking real quiet. And he starts giving advice on how to soothe a crying baby.
Okay.
And this is like these are a way that has worked for him, and he's like made a phrase for it and everything. And so I wanted to see how you think about James Vanderbeek's method of calming down a baby.
The age-old question, what do you do with a crying baby? As he was just minutes ago. I got an acronym for you. It's CALM. CALM. CALLM. 3 L's for calm. The first C is connection. Recognize that every moment is an opportunity for connection with your baby.
Yes.
That includes smiling, laughing, having a good time, and also crying. You're showing them that you're able to be there. It's an opportunity for connection. A is acceptance. Accept that you have a crying baby. A lot of peace can come through acceptance. You don't try to change it right away. You just accept that this is the situation. Your baby's crying. They have something to say, and you are there for them. First L is love. Inject some of that love into the situation, the love you felt when you went to that first ultrasound, when mom was in the middle of birth, and there might have been a question mark for a second. You inject some of that love and appreciation into the situation. The second L is listen. Tap in. Listen from your heart. What is the baby trying to tell you? What do they need? From there, you can go to the list, and that's the one that you can find in any parenting book. What is the list? Are they tired? Are they overtired? Are they cold? Are they hot? Are they hungry? Did they mess their diaper? Do you need to change that? And the third L, that is the third L. My son just walked in. You finally get to the M, which is magic. And that is something that you, as their parent, can offer. You, as their caregiver, can offer. It's your own magic. Maybe it's your own special song. It's your own way of holding them. It's your own way of rocking. But that's something you discover from the depths of your heart. Happy parenting, everybody.
So,
what a calm
like
dude.
A zen way, like a hippy dippy way to present how to do this. But I think for me, so he's talking about all the different steps. For me, the hardest part when my kids were tiny babies, but even now, is when you're in a situation, I think the hardest part for me is acceptance. I'm
for sure for you.
trying to as quickly move past this, and I get like really short-tempered with my kids.
Yep.
I get to where I'm like
Not just with your kids.
bickering with my kids.
Coworkers
Probably. Trey, please stop talking. But like for me, I think it's acceptance.
Yeah.
I'm just like, okay, I have to. This is the situation. I have to sit in it for a second and figure it out in a calm way.
The thing I've worked on this year as a parent is my tone.
Yeah.
My tone, I noticed it on my son. I noticed the way he was responding to things was quick. He would lose his temper real quick. Like, no, like you would tell him he did something wrong, and his tone would come back very negative, right? It was like a negative, almost aggressive tone. And my son's not an aggressive kid. He's not a fighter. He's more of a lover. He loves to cuddle. And I started thinking, why is this happening? And then I caught myself one day when when he got in trouble. I went from being a calm parent to automatically yelling at him.
Yeah.
I didn't talk to him like I would with, if Trey and I had a disagreement or Nick and I had a disagreement. I didn't talk to him like I would with you guys if we disagreed on something. I talked to him as if I was an authoritative figure, which that's not the point of parenting every time. I know we think so because that's maybe the way we were raised, that we're supposed to be a totalitarian leader and
stern all the time.
We got to remember these people, they're humans, right? They're little kids. They're also human, just like we are, right? So at times you got to talk to them, not like an adult, but like a fellow human,
right?
And get them on the right track. And so I worked on my tone because I noticed my wife Kinsey was doing it as well. It would go to a very stern tone at all times, and I found myself that when I stopped doing that, he stopped doing that. He wouldn't respond that way anymore towards me, and so they mimic a lot of our actions. And the older they get, the calmer I feel like we have to stay as parents.
And look,
and that goes with the love, right?
You got love, and like with every piece of advice you hear, that's easy to say, very hard to do.
It's
impossible.
Totally.
And 9.5 times out of 10, you're going to get it wrong. But it's just like trying. Oh my gosh, it's so difficult.
This brings up something that I really do need your help on. Somebody that's been through it. So if you got advice out there from other chatty daddies and mommies.
Yeah, not just us in here. You're more than welcome to chime in. It's the chatty daddies, plural.
I want to bounce this off of you guys. So I'm now having to discipline Quaid on the stove. So we have
putting them on the stove.
Yes, exactly. That's how I do it. We just turn it up to 10.
Yeah,
and then no. So we'll turn on the oven to cook whatever fish sticks or whatever meal we're gonna have. And he wants to walk over and slap the glass.
Sure does.
And
it's hot
because he's seen mom open the thing. He knows there's something fun going on in there. It's something to do. And so I've taught him. It's hot, and he can do a little sign language for hot, but he doesn't understand what hot means. Like, he doesn't know that hot is bad. He just knows that when he goes outside in the summer, he was like, oh, it's hot out here, but it's not like burning hot to where he's going to be in pain. So what I've done, I tried to take the Nick Adams advice where he said, you said in some podcast in the past, you got to get down on their level. You got to talk to them.
Eye to eye.
It feels a little weird because I know he doesn't understand a word I'm saying because I'm like, hey, that's hot. That's really hot. And it'll burn you and you'll feel pain. It'll hurt. And he's not really getting it. And I've probably had to do this for a month now, 2 or 3 times a week where I'm like, hey, no, can't go to the touching. No touching. It's hot. And I'll get down on his level every single time. I've also tried a timeout situation. So I'll sit there with him and I go, no, Quaid, you can't do that. And I'll hold him in the chair for 30 seconds because it's an eternity for him and he freaks out. And I don't feel like I've gained any ground either way. Like being kind, gentle guy for a couple of weeks. And then I go, all right, we're going to start doing timeout stuff, which was then hard on me because I felt bad, and so I went back to just trying to like talk to him calmly. He's not really going to hurt himself because the oven, does a pretty good job of keeping the heat in, and he just slaps at it once or twice, and I grab him, and then he thinks it's a game. So how do I stop Quaid from going to the oven or the stove and trying to touch it?
The timeout where you restrain them, I would do more of a setup. And at least this is what I did with my kids. I don't know if this is right. Maybe there's some psychologists out there that have a better answer with this. But have a place where it's their timeout spot. Yeah. Whether it be in their room. For my kids, it was the corner of the living room.
Go to the corner.
And I would make them go sit in the corner for a timeout. No talking, no leaving the corner. And then they had to say sorry.
Yeah.
Afterwards. I know Quaid is just learning how to talk, so he can't do that yet. And that was the 3 steps if you wanted to get out of timeout. You got to go sit in your timeout for whatever time we told you. No talking. And if you're going to cry it out, that's okay. Just don't be obnoxious about it. And then when you're done, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for what? I'm sorry for, and then you say whatever you did.
Right.
As far as the burning thing goes, listen, man, the kids are, They want to.
It's going to happen.
They want to test
they're,
them out.
They're going to put their hand up on the stove or eat that fish stick that's way too hot right now. And you told them 10 times, don't eat it.
He's very good about that. Like if he's got fish sticks like fresh out of the oven, he'll like kind of touch it and then say hot.
Yeah, there you go.
But he doesn't understand that the oven is what made it hot, I guess.
You can go up, and you probably have done this, go up and touch the glass and go, ow!
Yeah.
Ow. You gotta show
I haven't done that dramatic.
Yeah, go dramatic on it.
Okay.
And it's okay to get stern with them and go, no, touch it, ow! It's
Interesting. Okay, I'll try the
really,
little
I don't
acting.
think what you're doing is wrong.
Right.
You're trying to tell him.
You're being gentle.
And he's not, like you said, doesn't understand the words, all that you're saying. And he may not get it until, he touches it. I don't think there's parents out there. I know specifically my best friend, I remember his dad saying, I turned the stove on and made him touch it. And then they didn't touch it again. You shouldn't do that.
No.
You shouldn't do that.
I won't.
But they're going to touch the stove and they're going to get their little finger burn. You're going to put ice and butter on it or whatever.
Right. I was thinking maybe it's just a repetitive thing. He didn't catch on to sign language, but after 6 months of doing it every single day, he figured it out. So
as parents, you got to let your kid fail sometimes.
Gotta let them fail.
You got to let them
sometimes.
fail. They're going to get hurt. They're going to get cut. They're going to get burned. And that's how you learn. That's how you learn. I don't need to do that. My main one with my son. And it actually backfired a little bit. But when he was when did I teach him how to ride a bike? He was probably 5 or 6. I started teaching him how to ride a bike. And he got too overconfident. And he said, I want to go off the curb. I said, I don't think you're ready for that. You're not ready. You just started being able to ride a bike without training wheels. I don't think you're ready for that. And he goes, I want to ride off the curb. And I said, I don't think that's a good idea, Kaysen. And he kept fighting me. I want to ride off the curb. And I said, listen, I, as your dad, told you that's not a good idea. Okay? I'm telling you, you're not ready for that. But if you want to ride off the curb, do it. And he did. And he fell. And he scraped himself up pretty good. And I sat there and he fell off and he cried because it hurts. And I didn't do the I told you so. I just went over to him and I picked him up. And I said, all right, let's go inside and clean ourselves up. Oh, I'm hurt. Why didn't you stop me? I was like, why didn't I stop you?
Bro.
A lot of times kids will try to blame. They try to place blame all the time. They will. And you got to teach them. No, that was your decision, son. I told you go ahead because you kept fighting me on it. And you tried it and you failed.
Did you give him any tips on how to get off the curb?
Eventually, now he can do it. But
Sure.
I said you gotta learn things a little bit at a time. You gotta learn one step, then move on to the next step. And when you're ready for going off the curb, I'll teach you how to go off the curb. But right now, let's focus on not falling over on the bike.
Yeah.
And he took that in, and he didn't go off the curb for a while. In fact, he didn't want to ride his bike for a while because he fell and it hurt him. But when he got back on that bike, he got back, he started riding it, and I said, do you want to learn how to ride off the curb? And he said, yes. And I guided him through it. And now he can jump off a damn curb. It's fine.
Right.
But I let him get hurt.
They say you learn from the failures.
This is unlocking a memory that I have not thought of in 30 years.
Really?
Man, 30 years too much. 20 years.
Okay.
So where I grew up, I didn't have a lot of young kids in my neighborhood. So whenever I was spending the night at like a friend's house, they would have tons of friends in their neighborhood. So I would always go to this one neighborhood and spend the night with a different friend. So I was spending it with my friend Eric Buddenbond. We're riding bikes around his neighborhood one time. And when I'm riding bikes by myself in my neighborhood, I'm pretty safe, whatever, nothing crazy. But when I'm riding it with 10 other boys my age,
you want to show off.
They're jumping off curbs and hopping up on curbs, and I didn't know how to do that.
Right.
And so we're going to we're going down the street, down a hill we're in the street and we're going to the sidewalk. So we're hopping up a curb to get onto the sidewalk. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yeah.
So I'm not really noticing how the other kids are making that transition. You got to kind of stand up on the pedals and kind of lift the front end of the bike up.
Kind of pop it up.
I didn't know that. So I just sit on my bike going full speed and I just plow straight into a curb.
Oh, no.
I fly over the handlebars. And I'm trying not to be dramatic in front of these friends. I don't want to look like the baby because I'm already kind of the sissy because they play outside all the time. I don't because I don't have friends in my neighborhood. And so I am just laid out and okay. I haven't thought about that.
You
in a
learned a
long time.
lesson, but
I learned the lesson.
You had
I
to try it, right?
do it.
And we've all had that moment as kids where we did something. We're like, I don't know how to do it, but I'm gonna do it anyway. And you get hurt, and you learn from it, and you move on.
Totally.
And you did. So maybe, that's it. Maybe Maybe you're just going to have to wait for him to get one burn. And once he feels what a burn feels like, you could tell him that, remember burn?
Right.
That's it.
You're not doing anything wrong, Trey.
You can learn from failures, or you can learn from people that know how to make educational toys, like the people at Little Passports.
Yeah. Is there anything better than watching your kids like imagination like spark something? That's what I'm trying to do with my kid right now. Is like I tell him all the time, like, wow, you have a great imagination. And our friends at Little Passports really know what they're doing here.
Now, here's the thing, too, because there's a lot of kids, and you'll see them. We talk about this on the podcast quite a bit. Screen time. That's a big thing.
Boy.
And as a parent, you try to figure out different things to do. But let's be honest, it's hard. It's hard to come up with ideas. And you run out of ideas eventually. Little Passports has definitely helped us out so much when it comes to that.
Yeah, they offer award-winning play-based kits that fuel curiosity through fun, hands-on activities, and your kids are going to love the feeling of like discovery, just like how much you love watching them learn to explore and have fun. Yeah. And how many of us at the beginning of 2020, March 2020, when the pandemic starts, we came up with 100 creative ways to have our kids not be on screen time like what you were talking about. But those ideas go away very quickly. And you need someone like Little Passports to come in and help jumpstart the creativity and imagination.
Now, what kind of kits are you getting when it comes to this? It depends on your kid's age. If your kids are between the ages of 3 and 5, they got the early explorers. If they're between 5 and 8 years old, they got the science junior kits, which are really cool. And the ones that my kids are using personally, the World Edition. And these are awesome because they're learning about different cultures every single month because of these kits.
That's really cool.
Which now is going to cost me money because my daughter really wants to go to France.
Oh, next Christmas.
Get 20% off any new subscription with the promo code DADDIES at littlepassports.com. Order by December 20th for delivery in time for Christmas. Free shipping is included. Again, littlepassports.com, promo code DADDIES.
We're talking about good parenting, and the James Vanderbeek was that was actually pretty good advice. Calm, stay calm. Staying calm is everything. And this is it reminded me of something I saw on TikTok. And it was someone we've had on this podcast.
Hang on. That would be Kelly Raspberry. That was like last week.
It was early on.
Sports guy.
Kirk Herbstreit.
It was not Kirk
Herbstreit.
Okay, somebody early on.
Maybe some therapists.
Yeah.
It was a fellow dad.
Alan Evans.
No, it wasn't Alan Evans.
All right, tell us.
It was Roland Pollard. He's the cheerleading stunt guy who went viral because of the way he was coaching his daughter, right?
Yeah.
So it was another video of Roland, and I chat with Roland here and there, but it's really cool when he pops up on my For You page. And he has moved on to teaching his daughter how to do a backflip, like just a full on leg go.
I have videos where he's like throwing her 30 feet in the air.
But this is him
backflips,
sitting off to the side. He's not helping, not touching. He's sitting off to the side, just simply talking to his daughter. And his daughter on this little thing that looks like a triangle mat. So I guess that's how you learn how to do a backflip. Okay. So you start elevated and you flip and you have a little wiggle room, a little cushion to fall. But she was upset and crying. And she wasn't getting it. Like, she was doing the flip. Like, she was getting around, but she wasn't landing it. And he was not staying. He was staying so calm. He wasn't saying, "You're doing it wrong." His tone wasn't negative. He wasn't telling her that she's not going to be able to do it. He simply stayed calm. And it was such great parenting going on his behalf, because he told her without putting her down. He said, "Look, crying is not going to help you achieve this goal." And I'm paraphrasing what he's saying. He said, crying is putting you in a state of failure. Now notice, because he did get a little backlash from people in the comments, and there's always going to be armchair quarterbacks when it comes to your parenting. All right, so make sure that when you're parenting, trust yourself. Don't worry about what other people are doing, especially if you're someone like Roland that's posting on stuff. And they were like, "Oh, let her cry." He wasn't telling her she couldn't cry, right? He was telling her it's putting you in a place of failure. And he told her, get off the mat and come back on when you're ready to be positive and you're ready to go for it, right? When you get that mind framed out. So she stepped off, and she was off for like 20 seconds. And he goes, "Yeah, take your time. Whenever you're ready.
Take a deep breath, get yourself together."
And then a few seconds later, she reappeared on the camera, and she stepped back on the mat, and she gathered herself, and he goes, "There you go. Yeah, don't doubt yourself. Believe it." And she did the flip and landed it.
Nice.
And she went straight to her dad and gave him a hug. you know? And like, how many times have you told your kids, stop crying?
What are you crying for?
What are you crying for?
Yeah. What are you crying for? You're the one that hit her. Why are you crying?
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, the way he handled the whole crying situation was perfect. Look, it's putting you in a state where you're not going to succeed because you're doubting yourself. You crying means you don't think you can do it. So step off, readjust, come back strong. That was such good parenting. I just want to give Roland a shout out, man, because that was cool. I was watching, I was like, man, this dude he knows what he's doing. And he's younger than I am too, which it's cool when you see a dude that's younger than you be like crushing it as a dad.
You used the wrong word. You said cool there. Like, I can't stand when somebody younger than me is doing better than me.
Oh, right.
It makes me so mad.
Sure.
Because I was like, I'm doing pretty good for being a 23-year-old. I'm doing pretty good for a 24. Now I'm like 32, and I'm like, these billionaire TikTok
CEOs
kids being great CEOs of tech companies. And I get jealous of the person that's doing it better than me. But he is an excellent father. I have no idea how old he is, but that's still, if you're old, young, whatever, that's great advice.
Yeah, he's doing it. That's how you teach kids to be champions, you know? Don't belittle them, but also tell them, hey, be stronger.
We have a big challenge ahead of us this weekend, boys.
What?
So we all work for a radio show, the Kid Craddock Morning Show, and our company is having a holiday party. This weekend. So we're posting this episode over the weekend. So this next week, we'll have to see, are we going to be parenting Saturday? Well, so our party's Friday night. We're going to be parenting Saturday morning, maybe into Sunday with the giant hangover. Do you guys have plans for what you're going into the Christmas party?
100%.
Yes.
Yeah?
But it never works out.
Okay, so the plan right now is?
I'm going to have 4 drinks maximum.
4 max.
That's a lot.
That's like 1 an hour.
Are you like 4? I guess we're having, it's a long party. Dude, but I feel like when somebody's like, I'm having 4 drinks, you're getting hammered.
That doesn't sound like a lot to me.
Oh, really?
No,
all right.
it's like,
I probably wouldn't drive after 4 drinks, but
what's a number that you're like, oh, wow, it's like double digits? 10 drinks? If you have 10 beers, I feel like you're dead.
Oh, yeah,
7.
you're hungover.
6 drinks.
Because you got to remember, this is a holiday party, and it's going to be open bar.
Yeah.
Right? So a lot of people take advantage of that. And you forget that we take shots sometimes. That's a drink.
Yeah,
that's a drink, right?
That's a drink.
So while you might say, oh, I only had 4 beers last night, why am I so hungover? Yeah, you dummy, you took 6 shots, you know? Or you snuck in a couple tequila sodas. So 4 drinks, maximum, cut it off. Because the next day, not just the next day, this whole weekend, it is just inundated with birthday parties. I believe we have 3 on Saturday.
Oh,
one for the boy, one for the girl, and one for both the boy and the girl. There's Girl Scouts. There's cheerleading practice.
You're slammed.
We are slammed this weekend. I cannot afford to be hungover.
Trey, what's your plan right now before the party?
I will be driving myself and Kara.
Okay.
And Kara can drink as much as she wants. Don't care. It's your problem if you're hungover tomorrow. I will be not partaking. I will abstain from alcohol tonight.
0 drinks.
I'll watch all you dummies get drunk and yell at each other and make stupid jokes.
They're giving us free Ubers and Lyfts.
Great, good for them. The problem with me is not getting there and the $30 Uber is not the biggest problem for me. It's tomorrow when I am absolutely miserable and I can't get enough water, but also if I put water in me, I want to throw it back up.
Yeah.
And then I also have to add the kid on top of it. Not doing it. I'm just not. I refuse it. There's football on tomorrow that I can enjoy, play with my kid, have the TV on. I get to run around with him. It'll be a nice day outside, hopefully, and we'll go outside. And it'll just be nice. And I can still have fun without drinking.
What about you, Nick?
That's not always been the case.
No, it's not.
I used to be the guy that would drink.
Weren't you the drunkest guy one year at the Christmas party?
Hands down.
I've seen Trey pretty drunk.
Hammered. But that is old Trey, new Trey, not drinking tonight.
As of now, I didn't have necessarily a drink limit. Probably 4 would be it. I will be doing an Uber just because I don't want to drive. And so I'll be doing that. But I am going to try and drink like a Pedialyte before and maybe one on after. Like,
that's a real game plan.
Yeah, just try and mitigate things as much as possible.
I already have my Pedialyte. I'm going to drink it. And I don't plan on getting drunk tonight, but I'm going to drink
Liquid
my Pedialyte.
IV is really great too.
Yeah, I'm going to have a little soda water with lime.
Yeah,
Ooh.
it makes it look like it.
Yeah.
People are going to be like, oh, Trey,
a tiny black straw.
I am saying this, though. I am not taking shots.
Nah, don't need them.
I'm not taking shots. In fact, here's a tip that I do sometimes. If I go out with my boys and you don't want to take shots for the night, I will go up to the bartender and I will say, hey, when they order me shots, water.
Always just,
and you know what? Bonus here, I tell them, and go ahead and charge for the alcohol.
There you go.
You know, because I don't want you to lose your money.
Right.
Because honestly, I don't want to drink alcohol.
I'd rather pay you $6 for not taking a shot.
Right.
Yeah, I'd rather, for your time, like, just so we're clear. Mine is water.
It's a good bit.
And go ahead and charge it, and I'll pay for the alcohol. I just don't want to take the alcohol, because that way bartender can get his money or her money, and then I'll tip on top of that, and then I'm not hungover the next day.
Okay, good. So those are our plans now.
Yep.
We'll see what happens when we chat next week.
I'm not a good partner though, because I will
You'll
keep
encourage
handing Kara drinks. She's the most fun drunk person in the world.
She'll be miserable.
And just be miserable the next day. Yeah.
Well, we'll see. We'll chat about this next week. Thanks for joining us on this episode of the Chatty Daddies. Be sure to subscribe to us on whatever podcasting platform you're listening to us on right now. There's ways to contact us. They're in the description of this bio. They're in the description of this podcast. Be sure to give us a 5-star rating and join us next week.
The Chatty Daddies Podcast.